Welcome to another Math Minute in Calculus 2. We are going to talk about factorials in preparation for Units 5 and 6. If you've never taken a statistics class or a probability class, then you maybe have never seen a factorial. And you might be wondering, well, what the heck is a factorial? Well, factorial is usually a number or a variable followed by an exclamation point. So for example, 3 exclamation point is read as 3 factorial in math. And what this means is I want to start with that integer there, so the 3, and multiply it by each integer that came before it until I get to 1. So 3 factorial would be 3 times 2 times 1. And I can multiply that out. 2 times 1 is 2. 3 times 2 gives me 6. Another example, let's go a little bigger, 5 factorial. Now that's going to be 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. And if I start multiplying that out, I can do it in any order and group things. It's multiplication, so I can do 5 times 4 is 20, and 3 times 2 is 6, which would multiply to get me 120. Some special cases you might be wondering about, like what is 1 factorial? Well, 1 factorial is also 1. It's taking 1 times the things that came before it. And 0 factorial is another one. That one is also 1. I'm not going to get into the details of why in this short video, but I will link to a great video that gets into the details of why 0 factorial is equal to 1 if you're curious. Now, if you're wondering, can I do this on my calculator or do I have to type all that out? Well, you can find this on your calculator. So look for the probability key on your calculator. If you're using a scientific calculator like a TI-30X, look for the one that says PRB, that means probability, and you're going to find in that list the exclamation point. That is something used a lot more in statistics, so that's usually where you find it on your calculator. If you're on a TI-84, for example, you're going to find this here if you click on the math button here, and you'll get this menu, and you want to go over to the probability key, and you'll find the exclamation point there on that list. So you type in the number and then go find this in the menu and select it and hit enter, and it will calculate the factorial for you. So this is all great when you're dealing with a number in a factorial, but what if I have something like in factorial? How can I work with that and simplify things algebraically? So it helps to go back to one of those examples. For instance, 5 factorial. I could rewrite this and think about it a little differently as 5 times 5 minus 1 times 5 minus 2 times 5 minus 3 times 5 minus 4. And looking at it broken down in this way, it makes it a little easier to see why in factorial can be written similarly. So this is going to be n times what came before it, which would be n minus 1. And then what came before that, which would be n minus 2, and so forth, all the way until I get to 1. So this is a way to expand out an in factorial, kind of see what's going on inside there. Now in this class, we're going to be able to learn how to simplify factorials that are together in an expression. And to do that, again, I want to kind of look at this and think of another way that I could kind of break this up where I don't have the 3 dots here. That ellipses, don't really want to have those 3 dots there if I can avoid it. It doesn't always help with simplification. So another way of thinking of n factorial would be n times n minus 1 factorial. Because everything that comes after, if I just pull this n out, all of this right here is n minus 1 factorial. N minus 1 times all the numbers that come before it. And so rewriting it in this way can make it really helpful when we have an expression like this one. So let's add n plus 1 factorial over n factorial. Again, I can pull out the very first term. Like I did with the n, I would pull out the n plus 1 this time. And then everything that comes after that is n factorial. And just writing it like that, it quickly becomes clear why that is helpful, because now I have n factorial over n factorial, which simplifies to 1, and I get just n plus 1 with no factorials in there at all. In the units that we're going to be using factorials, we're going to be doing a lot of limits or infinite limits with these, so rewriting it and simplifying it like this is very helpful. So hopefully this video helps you get familiar with factorials so we're ready to work with them in series.